The reality with KD has always been somewhere in the middle, right? A lot easier than it looked in OKC, a lot tougher than it looked in Golden State. And I have never begrudged KD for wanting to leave OKC and create a better basketball situation for himself. But he had to know that when he decided to go there to the 73-win Warriors, that had just beat him. That it would come with a certain connotation that was different than if he had tried to build something else or go somewhere else. KD's run with the Warriors felt empty for fans because we already knew he was awesome. But instead of getting the payoff, the massive oh man, he finally overcame adversity in the NBA playoffs and hoisted the trophy. Instead of getting that type of moment, instead we watched everything look way too easy for him as his team just racked up 15 straight playoff wins and back-to-back titles. He signed as a free agent in the absolute heart of his prime, thanks to a loophole in the CBA that led to a cap spike, a unique circumstance that probably won't ever happen again, with the very team that just eliminated him in the playoffs. And that team was one block and one shot away from repeating as champions the year before without it. He should have known that his success there would not have resonated with people the way he wanted it to. He wasn't the first player to ever try this sort of thing. I think there's a unique balance in these sorts of situations when you're trying to improve your circumstances in the NBA and you want respect and you want admiration. You want to give yourself a position where you feel like you can compete, but you don't want to just, go to a situation where it's going to look so easy that you don't get the credit. That's the fine line. But people have tried to stack their championship odds before. I said LeBron literally tried to do this in 2010. Not quite as tacky as joining the team that just beat you, but LeBron really was trying to make his pursuit of a championship much easier. He didn't say not 5, not 6, not 7 because he felt like just a small tweak in his circumstance was going to unlock it. He said that because he thought, I'm just going to stack my team, will win every chip. That's why he said that. But what ended up happening when LeBron went to Miami was very different. For starters, the team wasn't nearly as deep as the Warriors. They didn't have a Clay, Iguodala, Draymond infrastructure to put Dwayne Wade and LeBron James around. Their stars also broke down. Chris Bosh got hurt in the 2012 playoffs, which led to great adversity against the Pacers and against the Celtics. The Heat trailed in both of those series. And then Dwayne Wade was never the same after 2012 when his knee kind of fell apart. So LeBron might have said not 5, not 6, not 7, but the reality as we watched it was a fucking struggle. And they needed absolutely heroic performances from LeBron to win both titles. Game 6 in Boston, down 3-2, 30 points and a half to save the season. Game 6 of the 2013 finals, down double digits with facing elimination in that crazy fourth quarter he had that helped force overtime. The insane Game 7 performance with the 5 threes and the late jump shots that iced the series. LeBron gets more credit for those 2 titles because they looked difficult and he had to be amazing to push them over the top. When LeBron designed the team, he thought it would be a lot easier. And had they just ripped off 4 straight titles and won 15 straight playoff games and just generally cruised to success, I'd argue, even though he'd have more titles, he wouldn't be viewed the same. We wouldn't have given LeBron much credit because we would have watched what happened in Cleveland and then watched what happened in Miami and been like, that just feels cheap. Instead of getting to see the LeBron finally getting over the top and the coronation that comes with it, it would have felt like skipping steps on that pathway to greatness. For the record, Steph had to go through the same process. Remember the way Steph was discussed in 2020 and in 2021? Everyone was talking about it's going to be different for him now. His own peers like Damian Lillard were saying things about him. Steph was really good. Amazing, actually, in those back-to-back championship years in 2017 and 2018. But no one was giving him credit for it. Because he lost to LeBron when LeBron had his teammates at full strength. And then he won after the deck was completely stacked in his favor. So no one was running outside of Warriors fans have always, put Steph like above LeBron and, in the GOAT conversation. Like Warriors fans love Steph. But outside of Warriors fans, like no one was really giving Steph that much credit. When he won in 2022 with less talent around him, overcoming adversity, with a signature moment in Game 4 in Boston that saved their season, Steph's global reputation was never the same after that. No one will ever disrespect Steph Curry's name or try to undercut his successes ever again. That is the process of achieving the respect from the basketball masses when it comes to success at the highest levels of the NBA. As for this Philly team, the way that it'll be remembered entirely depends on what it looks like. As it pertains to LeBron's legacy, like if the Sixers win the title, but like LeBron is just another piece and the talent level is clearly just overwhelming their opponents, and it's clear that LeBron didn't really have to be great for them to win, it's not going to move the needle much when he gets a 5th title. But if they win and it looks hard, and LeBron is front and center on both ends of the floor as a vital cog in the system, and he has like a massive game in a big series like Game 7 against the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. He has like 17 points in the 4th quarter to send him to the finals, and he guards Wemby in the finals and is like instrumental to a championship win. It'd be a massive add to his legacy. People might even change their minds about it. So again, in summation, like this Sixers team is very talented on paper. But to KD's point, even though there are some impressive resumes on there, right? Like KD called it out, like, Joel Embiid's an MVP. LeBron, Jaylen Brown finals MVP. LeBron 4 finals MVPs and 4 MVPs. Joel Embiid regular season MVP, right? Like they've got a lot of like impressive resumes in there. But there's a reason why Hard Rock Bet, again, all of our odds provided by our partner Hard Rock Bet, the reason why they're plus 850 to win the title right now in Hard Rock Bet is because Joel Embiid is a former MVP, but he's a shell of his former self. LeBron turns 42 in December. Jaylen Brown is super talented, but is generally regarded as flawed and tough to fit with other players. That's why he got traded for such a cheap price this offseason. And Tyrese Maxey is really talented up-and-coming guard, but he's a third-team All-NBA guy, not prime Steph Curry. I would argue the Sixers actually need to become greater than the sum of their parts to have a chance to win the title. They need to maximize each other to have any shot. I do think it's worth mentioning that the Sixers group does have on-paper talent. I'm not undercutting the fact that this is a talented roster or that LeBron chose the roster for talent. He certainly did. The potential's off the charts. Raw talent is a strength for this roster. But no, it's not the same as the 2017 Warriors. Not even close. We'll never see anything like that again. The talent on the roster, unprecedented. The move from KD to the team that beat him to a team that had already won a title and almost won a second one. That is such a unique set of circumstances, and it'll never be that way again. And the way KD is behaving on social media right now is a reflection of the way he feels like he didn't get credit. It is a defense of his move when it was indefensible at the time. Indefensible in the sense that, again, he has the right to do whatever he wants. That Warriors team was fun to watch. I enjoyed watching the KD Warriors. They played a fun brand of basketball. But ultimately, if KD's goal, because again, the way he's acting is a reflection of the fact that he feels like he's underappreciated and that he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. But if he wanted credit and appreciation, that wasn't the move to make. And the reason it rings hollow for fans and the reason he doesn't get credit and appreciation for those years is because it just looked easy. Watching him dribble right down the lane and throw down uncontested dunks in the NBA Finals doesn't resonate the way that him hitting a turnaround fadeaway jump shot to force overtime against the Bucks in Game 7 of the second round of 2021 resonated with fans.